Hello everyone, this is my notes. Close your eyes, imagine you are beginning your work in the office. But the most annoying thing is you have to wait for 1 minute to wait for your start up your computer. Also, imagine when you need edit your persuasive belief speech videos, you had to wait 3 minutes for open and wait prepare it. Feel bad, right? Want to accelerate? Remember, in last week, I shared my idea and experience about how to accelerate your computer. This week, I'm here to talk about more about why SSD is better than HDD and why you should switch your HDD with SSD because it will make your life more easier no matter in your home or office. First, I will explain what is SSD and HDD. How hard drive? First, let's talk about how hard drive works. Hard drive consists of one magnetic sensitive platters and an arm with a read-write head on it, and a motor to spin the platter and move the arm. Each platter is organized into a concentrated circles called tracks, which divide into logical units and called sectors. The platters spin at a speed from 4,200 RPM to 7,200 RPM. RPM means round per minutes. This speed is correlated to read and write rates. The higher the spectral speed is, the faster a hard drive will be able to read and write data. Okay, now second I will explain how a solid-state drive works. According to Windows developer Richard Devine explained, SSD can sort of as a large USB drives because they use the same technology, NAND. The technology in solid-state drive is one kind of flash memory. At the lowest level, floating gate transistors record a charge to store data. The gates are organized in a grid pattern, which is further organized into a block. Blocking size can vary, but each row that makes up the grid is called a page. It is important to let you know what is SSD and what is HDD. Then I can tell you the difference between them. Second, I will talk about the difference between the SSD and HDD. The main difference between the two are moving parts. According to web developer John Baruch's introduction, SSD has a flash-based storage, whereas HDD are electromechanical and they have a moving part called the spanning disk. SSD are more durable and reliable. Why? Because they can bear shocks from laptops dropping better than the hard drives. Another major difference is the speed. And SSD is much faster because it is a random access. This means that the data can be located quickly by its address. HDD, on the other hand, needs follow two steps to access the data. The first step is it needs to track the data on the drive, and the second is that it has to spin to right part of the track. This causes a little delay as compared to the quick speed of the solid-state drive. After explaining the difference between the HDD and SSD, you might doubt which one you should choose. Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. Decision making is depending on you. According to IT editor Tom Brains explain, both SSDs and hard drives do the same job. They boost your system and store your application and personal file. But each type of storage has its own unique feature set. How do they differ, and why would you want to get one over the other? First, let's compare the price. SSDs are more expensive than hard drives in terms of dollar per gigabytes. One terabyte internal 2.5-inch hard drive cost between $40 to $50. But as of this writing, an SSD of the same capacity and the form factor starts at $250. Since hard drives use old, more established technology, they will remain less expensive for the near future. Those extra hundreds for the SSD may push your system price over budget. About maximum and common capacity is the second I want to compare. Although consumer-based SSD units top at 4 terabytes, those are still rare and expensive. You are more likely to find 500 gigabytes to 1 terabytes units as a primary drives in systems, while 500 gigabytes is considered a base hard drive capacitor in 2018 this year. Pricing concern can push that down to 128 gigabytes for lower priced SSD-based system. Multimedia user may require even more, with 1 terabyte to 4 terabyte drives common in high-end systems. The next I want to compare is about speed. This is where SSD shines. An SSD-equipped computer will boot in less than minutes, and often in just seconds. A hard drive requires time to speed up to operating speeds and will continue to be slower than an SSD during normal use. A PC or Mac with an SSD boots faster, launches and runs app faster, and transfers files faster. Whether you are using your computer for fun, business, or school, the extra speed may be the difference between finishing on time or failing. About the durability, an SSD has no moving parts, so it is more likely to keep your data safe in the event you drop your laptop bag or your system is shaken about by an earthquake while it's operating. Most hard drive parts their read and write heads when the system is off, but they are flying over the dry platters at a distance of a few nanometers when they are in operation. Besides, even parking brakes have limits. If you are rough on your equipment, an SSD is recommended. These 4 factors are example in comparing SSD and HDD. There are more factors need to compare if you are interested. Go to Google it. In sum, hard drives win on price, capacity. SSD works best on speed, durability. If it weren't for the price and capacity issues, SSD would be the hands-down winner. Furthermore, considering HDD's old technology, I believe SSD is better for both entertainment and business, and I recommend you switch it. Thank you.